It's been so long. It used to be that when she didn't know what to draw, she would draw me. But ever since she started this YouTube thing, she's always making, always creating. I thought I was her inspiration, her muse. But I'll show her just how amazing a banana can be. She won't be able to resist drawing all of this potassium. It's time! Bananas assemble! Hello everyone, my name is S Comic Maker, and today we're going to be trying out some pretty cool supplies that were sent to me by the lovely people at Arteza. When they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to try some of their supplies, I took one look at this watercolor paper and I had to try it. It's watercolor paper that turns into a canvas. I mean, how cool is that? I have to tell you, when I see cool art supplies or a paint in a pretty color, I get so dang excited. Do you guys smell bananas? Is that just me? Okay, moving on. So in this video, I'm going to be trying out Arteza's DIY Expert Watercolor Pad, along with their set of 72 professional watercolor pencils. And I want to take a moment to thank Arteza so much for sending me these supplies to take a look at. This video is not sponsored by Arteza, but if you use any of the affiliate links in the description below to purchase any of the items that are used in this video, it does help support my channel. But I'll get into that a little bit more at the end of the video. Anyway, I haven't tried watercolor pencils in years, so I was really excited to work with these supplies together. I, of course, started off by swatching all of the beautiful colors. There are 3 full trays of watercolor pencils inside of this box, and all of the colors are shown underneath the lid of the box as well. But of course, the colors might not be exact, so I always like making swatch charts to keep with the supplies, so that way I know what the colors will look like when I use them. I faded each color by going from heavy pressure to light pressure and then made a little square where I tested out each color with water. Some of them were a lot more pigmented than others, but overall they all seemed to work pretty well. Something that I really liked about these watercolor pencils is that they are all labeled according to how light fast they are. If you don't know, light fast means how well the color holds up with being in contact with the sun. Usually if a color is light fast, that means that it is less likely to fade over time. A lot of higher quality art supplies will usually tell you if it's light fast or not, so I was really glad that these watercolor pencils had these markings on them. That way you can decide if you want to keep certain colors more for a study or if you want to use them for a full piece of art. So on to the subject of this painting. When it usually comes to new supplies, I like trying them out with portraits because it's a great way to test out blending different colors, and well, I just like drawing portraits in general, so it's a great excuse to do that. I ended up going with a photo reference that had so many colors in it and lots of shadows. I thought with the amount of colors that came in this set, I wanted to try using as many of them as I could. So I started off with sketching things, of course. I just used a mechanical pencil with red lead, and what was interesting with this canvas was that there are perforated ends on all the foldable parts, so I had to make sure to keep everything in the center rectangle. It made it feel like it was going to be some big piece with the size of the paper, but in reality you're actually working very small, although you can have parts of your drawing come off to the ends of it. That way it wraps around the sides of the canvas. Working in a smaller space is not a complaint, mind you. It's just something to keep in mind. I started with laying down some colors across large areas like the skin and the floaties because I knew I was going to have some solid color there and then build on it with other colors. This part was actually pretty difficult for me. I'm very heavy-handed, so when it comes to things like colored pencils, I tend to break lead all the time, but these actually held up pretty good. But I tried to be conscious of this while working on this portrait, but soon my mind got so focused that I kind of forgot. This was the most obvious when it came to the shading on the face. In the photo I was working from, the girl has her face tilted down with some pretty sharp lighting, and I tried to go over this area with multiple colors and build on it, but after a certain point, the paper would not let me do this anymore. I don't know if it was a result of being too heavy-handed or if this was the paper itself, but eventually I literally could not add any more colors to the shadows. I got to a point where, in my opinion, it was starting to look pretty rough and I worried if I would have to start over completely. I even started coloring bits on the paper in the corners, the little parts that were going to end up being tossed out after the canvas was built, and that way it was kind of like a little palette that I grabbed color from and tried to layer with. But alas, as a result, I couldn't quite get the depth that I wanted to, but I tried to make it work as best I could. Despite this, I was pretty satisfied with how bright a lot of the colors were and how dark I was able to get with a single color, especially the black. The Noir watercolor pencil in this set is super deep. In order to save this painting, I did end up getting into it with a paint pen a little bit, but like I said, I don't know if the issues that I was having was a result of the watercolor paper, the watercolor pencils, or user error, but I'll keep working with them and testing them on other paper to see if I get different results. But now for the super fun part, turning this flat piece of paper into a three-dimensional canvas. Now let me tell you, based on the picture on the front of this pad of paper, I was a little skeptical that the final result would be as easy or look nearly as good. I made sure to really crease the ends as best I could. I even grabbed glue in case the thick watercolor paper couldn't hold after folding all the flaps into each other, but surprisingly, it held up so well. I was so impressed. I was easily able to fold up each side and slide the tabs into their appropriate spots, and even days after filming this, the paper is still staying together in this canvas shape with no help whatsoever. This is such a cool idea for paper. I love the fact that you could literally make a work of art and then immediately gift it to someone or hang it on your wall. No framing required. If you've ever stretched your own canvas, you might know that it is so much work and oftentimes no fun at all. My teachers used to require us to do it in college, but this is so user-friendly. Now, you probably wouldn't submit something like this to be hung in a pro gallery, but I would absolutely hang this in my house or gift it to a friend or family member to hang. It even has little holes on each side of the canvas so you can hang it any way that you want, even with like push pins or something like that. I'm gonna try some other mediums on this paper in the future to test and see how it fares, but overall, I think that it is so dang cool. I was really impressed. But that's it for me this week, guys. Wait, I am telling you guys, do you not smell that? It smells like bananas. Am I crazy? It's as comic maker. It's time. Oh, Banana Man, there you are. I was wondering, for so long, I have waited. I've posed, danced, inspired, and yet nothing. What in the world are you talking about? But the time has come! All I wanted was for you to draw me like one of your anime girls. I've waited, longing. I thought I was your muse, your inspiration. But this time, I've brought an army. If I can't inspire you, then I know these bananas will. Gaze upon them! Go forth, my minions! Become the art! Get her! Banana Man, are you talking about me drawing you? Well, you've been yelling this whole time. I already got started on it. I planned on drawing you for this one anyway. It's been a while after all. Wait, really? Oh, let me see. Do you need me to pose for you? I want to make sure you capture me from my good angle. You're a nut. We've been over this before. I'm a banana. Ooh, make sure that you get some good dark shading on this side. That way you get all of my chiseled shapes.
So, wait, are we just gonna wait here? Do you want us to...
Shh. You don't want to distract her. She's making art here. Go on, guys. Get shoo. Oh, shoot. I gotta get out of here. Oh, Banana Man, when will you get it together? Anyway, I made a more sketchy feeling for this one by going back into the painting after it was dry this time and scratching some textures into it. I had so much fun with this one. Layering all the different colors onto it, adding the background, putting all the little cross-hatching into it. Banana Man really does have a way of getting my artistic juices flowing. You darn right I do! Okay. After folding up the edges of this canvas, it was time to hang these beautiful pieces up. Like I said, these were honestly such fun pieces to work on, and I think it was so dang cool that you can just instantly turn this into a gift. I would recommend these little canvases to anyone. I really like them. Okay, I get it. You guys went out of your way to come here for me, and I totally blew you off. I should be called a monster, not a banana. Is there anything that you would like to say to all these lovely bananas? I'm sorry. You're all wonderful, and I shouldn't have done that. Why don't we take this opportunity to show everyone off? That sounds good to me. Thank you so much to everyone who submitted a Pernana. They were all so dang cool, and I loved seeing all the love and potassium that you put into them. They are seriously fantastic and very, very inspiring. But that's it for me this week, guys. What did you think of these paintings? The supplies I used provided by Arteza was super fun to work with, and I'm excited to try some other projects with these materials. If you were to try out this canvas paper, what would you paint on it, and who would you gift it to? Let me know in the comments below. Also, thank you once again to Arteza for sending me these supplies. They provided me with a 10% coupon that you can use on these supplies or any other supplies on their website. Just use the code SComicMaker1 at checkout and your discount will be applied. I do make commissions off of purchases made through the link in the description at no additional cost to you, so supporting Arteza through this method is also supporting my channel, so thank you so much ahead of time. Overall, I really enjoyed the colors for the watercolor pencils and the canvas folding abilities of the watercolor paper, but there is the issue of being able to layer after a certain point. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is an issue with the pencils or the paper, but keep that in mind if you purchase these. In the end, I got the results I was looking for, so I think it turned out alright. As always, thank you so much to my amazing patrons for making videos like this possible, and thank you to all of you for liking, commenting on, and sharing my videos. I appreciate you all stopping by, and I hope that we can draw together again soon. Bye guys.